into this tutorial. It happens to be the continuation of course FMC215, and we will still, all right, continue from where we stopped in our last class, which is the challenges of sound, all right, sound challenges. When trying to set up your sound, what are the challenges you are likely to encounter? What has been said, let's hop straight into it. Okay, so we have sound recording challenges, all right, and the course code is FMC215. Okay, sound recording challenges. Okay, there are several challenges that come with recording sounds either in the studio or on location in the field. All right, now among these challenges, all right, just to mention but a few, we are, all right, when the sound is too bassy, all right, when there's a lot, all right, there is a lot of room sound. Now, but let's go into certain things. These challenges, we're going to be talking about what could lead to these challenges. All right, if we understand what could lead us to these challenges, then avoiding them will help reducing the level or reducing the chances of facing these challenges. The very first thing we have here is when it comes to sound recording challenges, most time it could be as a result of the location. Now, many artists choose to record at a particular location due to its optimal acoustics. All right, we mean the property of qualities of a room or a building that determine how sound is transmitted. All right, when we talk about acoustic, we are talking about the pruning or the functioning of sound qualities. Are we together? So now let's continue. All right, the location is very important. All right, and if you don't choose a good location for your recording, definitely you'll encounter issues during your sound, all right, recording process. Now, we also have field recording. Now, if you are in a situation where the natural sound of your setting won't interfere, all right, speaking of the field as well, field, all right, recording. Now, if you are in the field recording, if you are doing a field recording, when we say field recording, we are simply talking about, we are not recording inside the studio, all right? Field recording, we have, if you are in a situation where the natural sound of your settings won't interfere with any, all right, won't interfere and may even complete your live recording, then you should opt for field recording. What are we saying in essence? The natural sound of your setting won't interfere, all right? When we have a lot of interfering sounds, definitely you will have poor, all right, recording, all right? But if you're in a situation whereby the natural sound of your setting would not interfere, all right, and it may even complement your live recording, then you should opt for field recording. Now, we also have microphones, all right? Some of the challenges might come from microphones. Now, when it comes to microphone, let it be a thing of getting the best you can get, okay? There is always a lot of hype about various recording programs. The latest and the greatest programs, all right, upgrades Pro Tools have to offer, all right? So now when we talk about microphone, it has a lot to do with your recording, all right? And the better the microphone is, the better your recording becomes, okay, the better your recording becomes. Are we good? So now let's take a step further. So we have now we have it says here that an editor, okay, that an editor, an editor's challenge is usually an editor's challenge is usually how to translate event space to the screen space. All right. An editor's challenge is usually how to what? Translate an event's okay space to the screen space. Now let's dive into this as we get the nitty-gritty. Now this is because there are marked differences between the event space and the screen space. And these differences include screen space has no depth. Okay, no depth. All right, screen space has no, are we together? It has no depth, no physical distance, which only give an illusion of depth. Physical distance. Okay. Now, when we talk about event space, events has depth and distance. All right, depth and distance. Okay. Now, screen space creates margin around objects and restrains our view to the objects. Event space do not create margin. Now, when we say when screen space create margin, I mean you can only watch what the screen is projecting. So everything you are staring at is within the margin. All right, is within the circumference, the jurisdiction, or the purview, or the the boundary. All right, but the margin is the right word of the screen you are watching from. Okay, so that as that. Now we have here characteristics of screen space. What are the characteristics of screen space? Within the fixed and clearly defined space on the TV screen, all right, there operate environment or location space. Now, some of these characteristics are, speaking of the characteristics of the screen space. For the screen space, the characteristics we have the display size. There's a display size. Okay, the screen space, there's something called display size. Now, sometimes this display size is viewable, is also referred to as viewable size or VIS. VIS. Okay, it's also referred to as VIS. Display size is the physical size of the area where pictures and videos are shown. All right, more like the screen. So we have a television display screen shows television images in the three, all right, in three planes, vertically, horizontally, and diagonal planes. So we have that as that. We also have display resolution. All right, display resolution. Now, when we say display resolution, what are we referring to? Okay, display resolution, all right, refer to the number of pixels in each dimension on a TV. Okay, the number of pixels in each dimension of a TV. Now, when we talk about pixel, what are we talking about? Now, when we say pixel, we are referring to the smallest item of information on an image. Smallest item information on an image. That's what a pixel. All right, that is what a pixel means, and it is what it is. So now, speaking about the resolution, all right, the display resolution refers to the number of pixels in each, the number of pixels in each, okay, dimensions of a display. All right, the number of pixels in each dimensions of a display. All right, so we have that as that. Let's take a step further as we talk about, all right, all television sets have resolution. Very true. All television set has resolution. All right, just like we have the smart TV, the resolution for smart TV is way, way different from a TV that is not smart. All right, so all television set has what we call resolution, and we have the likes of frame rate, all right, aspect ratio, and the likes. So let's take a step further. Now we have there's something called viewing distance. This is the distance between the viewer and the television screen. The viewing distance is related to display size. All right. Viewing distance is related to what? Display size. Okay. Now, changing viewing distance is similar to changing television size. There are a number of factors that can affect the calculation and selection of a particular viewing distance. The judgment places the force into certain, all right, standards. Main directional field forces, magnetics of the frame. Now, when we say the main directional field forces, all right, considering why the changing view, these are horizontal line forces and vertical line forces. These two forces reflect on normal world. Okay, then the magnetism of the frame, we are talking about the edge of the edge of a television screen, especially the corners, exert a strong pull, all right, a strong pull of objects within the frame. All right, objects within television screen seems to attract themselves, the magnetism of the frame, attracting one object, attracting other objects just to ensure the viewing experience is awesome. Okay, so we have that as that. So we also have vectors. Vectors are forces with magnitude and directions. In televisions, those forces are divided into graphic vectors, index vectors, and motion vectors. All right, vectors. We have graphics, we have motion, and we have index vectors. So we have that as that. Okay. So we'll stop here for today, and in our next class we'll take it off from camera shots. All right, talk at length about what it means by camera shots. Thank you very much, everyone. I believe we'll be able to get something to this class. Please let's go to keep our notes up to date and submit them to the appropriate copies. Do have a wonderful evening and bye for now.